beautiful people. Oh, welcome back to the garden. How are you? Oh, right, you say, Naomi, you're not in the garden. Listen, I'm close to my garden. Look at where I am. Bam! I'm in my living room. And I want to show you my seeds. I want to show you some seedlings that I started that are growing really well right now. But I realized that, hey, really well right now can quickly turn into not so good for reasons what's that word? Unbeknownst to myself, right? No idea. But let me take you in, show you what the seedlings have been doing, and then we have to go outside. We're going to get some sun. Sun's out. We're going to head out there into the garden. We're going to up-pot a hydrangea. I have two really cool, very nice containers that I got my hands on. I can't wait to show them to you. All right. So lots of things that I want to show. A few things that we got to do. Let's get back into the gardening thing. I love this. All right, stop it. All right, if my kids ever saw me, I told you guys I couldn't dance, right? Did I tell you the story about when I was on? Okay, well, let me not get into story time. Let's get into seed starting time. Okay? All right. All right, I've turned the camera around. Let's look at these beautiful babies that I got going on this tray. Stop it, look at this. Woo! This is a purple prince. What? Right? I have got a few of these that actually grew. I'm so proud. Right? Over here, I've got some salvia. I think this is the fairy queen. Is it the fairy queen? I forgot the name. Hold on, I can tell you in 2 seconds. No, it's not fairy queen. Oh man, I forgot the name. I'll put the name up on screen for you. Forest fire. This is a forest fire salvia growing beautifully. Okay. And then I have, on this tray, we have the fairy queen salvia. And do you recognize what this is? Some foxgloves. I must admit, I had lost some of my foxgloves, and others are growing really well. I did see, oh boy, maybe I shouldn't be so proud of these, right? Because I was looking at one of our gardeners online, and she was actually planting out her foxgloves. And her plants were, oh my goodness, they were huge. They were like, bam, almost the size of these. What are these? These are the petunias, almost the size of petunias. Even bigger. And I was like, what? And here are mine looking like these little teeny tiny things. But that's all right, right? I'm still loving all my babies, people, my babies. All right, and moving on. I just showed you petunias. They are growing. These guys, I think, are really unhappy in the tray. These little cells. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run to the store and get me some plastic cups and up-pot them. Plastic cups is how we do it here, right? Stop it. Oh, let me show you something else really quick. Let me grab one of these. I love to see roots, which is why I like to use the white cups. Can you see this? The transparent cups. Do you see that, like the roots running down there? Stop it. My baby has rooted. Look at that. Look at the white roots. Are you seeing it? Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. All right. Now, or not so, we have some non-goers, non-starters. Well, they started, but they're not moving. The Lysianthus, they're not moving. They're growing so slowly. So slowly. I have no explanation for it. I have no idea what to do to see if I can spur some growth. But they're growing very slowly. The good thing is we can see them now, right, with the naked eye. Because when they germinated initially, they were these teeny little things, like this little teeny little one right here just came up from somewhere. Right? They were teeny. I had to be wearing my glasses and really focusing on that tray to see that little speck of green. But so they have grown. It's just that they haven't grown very much. All right? I don't know. And another non-success is going to be the petunias that we did. Not petunias, the pentas. Most of my seedlings disappeared. They died. And so now of the pentas, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 growing out of the 30 that we had. 30 seeds that we started. And I've got a few of the Dusty Millers. The thing about the Dusty Miller, I think they sent me the wrong seedlings because I wanted the silver, what's that leaf? The silver, I forgot it. I'll put that name up online as well. But this one looks like it's going to be that one that has the oval-shaped leaves. And I don't like the oval-shaped leaves. Don't like them. But all right. Well, look. Oh, and some more babies. These babies are some more of the purple prince. I want to have a lot of them in the garden. All right. And the final thing I'm going to show you. Come on over here. Bam. I'm a marigolds. These are marigolds. All right. These obviously have just started, and I have another tray of them right here. My final seeds for this year. Oh, look at that. We got germinated. Oh, look at this. This is good. Does that mean I need to take this humidity dome off and take these guys off of the heat mat now? What? They germinated so fast. Wow, it's warm in there too. All right. Okay, cool. So I just wanted to show you all this beautiful progress. Hopefully, I will be able to keep them alive because we have, I think, 4 more weeks before my last frost date that I can start planting these guys out, hardening them off and then planting them out. And so, oh boy, a lot can happen in 4 weeks, right? But at least I showed you my success rate right now, right? Looking good. Stop it, people. I love you. All right, let's go outside, get our hands messy, working with these hydrangeas. All right. Okay, guys, so here we are outside looking at one of the hydrangeas. Limelight hydrangea have had growing in this container for at least 3 seasons now. So I'm thinking this baby should be root bound beyond root bound, right? What do you think? Yeah? Because the ones I moved last year, we had transplanted some in the back garden, and we've only had those growing in their containers for 1 season. And they were already root bound. So I'm thinking that this baby must be really root bound. So we're going to try to get her out of this container. Right? And then I'm going to try to put her into, let me show you. Turning around, putting you back in my messy garage. I'm so sorry. But look at these containers. Bam, look at this. Got these beautiful containers. I just love them, right? And so I wanted to switch them from that container into these. And I'll show you where I'm going to put them here. So I want to put them right here where we have the Fire Chief Arborvitae. So the Fire Chiefs are out, their containers are going to be switched, new containers in, and then later in the season, when it is time for our planting, we'll come in with some annuals and just hide all of this brickwork that we've got going on. Yeah? Do you want me to tell you the story about this? This is when I had just started the garden, just brand new to gardening. And I had this little thing built. And do you know how many roses I had in there? Can you guess? No, not 1, not 2. No, mama. I had about 3 roses in that bad boy. Stop it. All right. Obviously, they did not do very well. So the roses were taken out. And those are the roses that we now have on the rose walk, believe it or not. All right, let's get to work. I'm going to set the camera up on the stand. We are going to be removing the Fire Chief Arborvitaes. We're going to attempt to get the hydrangea out of the container into the new container, and I'll show you my soil mixes. All right. Okay, this Fire Chief actually died last year, and I let it sit here the whole winter long, right? So this one I'm just going to cut out. The other one that's still alive, we're going to have to figure out somewhere to put it. I've come to the realization, all right, the words are coming back to me, my vocabulary is opening up again. I've come to the realization, people, that I cannot grow Fire Chief Arborvitaes in containers, right? I've lost 2 in containers so far. I don't know if I'm overfeeding them, not feeding them enough, overwatering, not watering enough, I don't know. But the ones in the ground, let me show you. See, you can see the ones in the ground. See, they're looking good. They are quite fine in the ground. It's just that I don't have the green thumb for the containers. But it's all good, right? We won't sweat it. Let's go ahead and take this bad boy out. All right, and through the power of, what's this, videography, right? We have both containers moved to the little squares. Now guess what? The new one that I bought is the one sitting vacant on the side. All right, hindsight's always 2020. Do you know when you purchase something at the store, it feels 10 times bigger until you get it home? It just surprisingly magically becomes 20 times smaller. Okay. Well, that's what happened here. So, because the container ended up being the same size as the one that I have it in right now, I've decided to, hold on one second. My baby's singing in the background. So because they're the same size, what I've decided to do is just leave the hydrangea in the original container. And I'm going to go ahead and prune it up. And I'm going to get in there with my saw just to cut off some of those roots and add some fresh soil to the sides of the container. All right, so let's see how it works. Bring you on in close and let's get this process started. The temperature has dropped. Let me tell you, we're now, I don't know, we were comfortable a couple hours ago, but right now it is so freezing. Oh my goodness, I had to put on my jacket and everything. I think we have a low tonight, a projected low of about 35, 34. So that's where that dip is coming from. Come on in with me. Let's take a look at how we're gonna get this little baby freshened up for this season. Right, hopefully I have you positioned well. So all I'm going to do is come in with my saw, and I'm just going to cut maybe 2 or so inches away from the side, and I'm literally just cutting those roots. I don't know if you can hear those roots slicing. Right, and I'm going to try to do that around the diameter of the container. And then we're going to top this up with fresh soil. Man, it got cold. Going to go ahead and scoop that out, and hopefully this will give her the other way you could do this is, of course, if you could take the plant out of the container, but obviously I cannot do that. Ooh. Right, she's a little heavy for me, and since I don't have a container to swap her into, I'm not going to make the effort. Right. Alright, so as you can see, I removed about an inch and a half of soil from the container based on the sides of the container and the root ball. So all of this here, that her roots were, she was rooted all the way to the side of the container. How do I explain this? So me cutting that away, that means I've cut off an inch and a half of roots. Right, we're going to top this up with fresh soil mix. Okay, and then hopefully that is going to help to rejuvenate my baby, and she's going to continue growing beautifully for us this season until I can get my hands on a really nice, a larger container. All right, so this is one down. Well, we've started one, we have the other to go. If you look in the soil that I've taken out, if you look really closely, you're going to see her roots there. Yeah, so we've pruned all of those outer roots off, and we're giving her fresh soil so she will be able to continue growing freely. All right. Oh, it's cold, guys. Okay. All right, see her top. Did you see the tops? How we have roots sitting right here at the top. I know hydrangeas tend to be shallow rooted, but yeah, so we're going to top her up as well. Alright. Move some of that old mulch from last year. But alright, let's get the soil in the sides. And it's almost like planting her all over again. I made sure to push that soil down just to make sure it got to the sides. Made its way all the way in there. Alrighty. Now for hydrangeas, any fertilizer for wooden shrubs, so your rose fertilizer is really quite fine for these guys. And then of course I put my coal manure on top. And this should take us through some beautiful blooms this year, right, Mama? Beautiful blooms. Right. Super. Get through. I need to buy another bag of coal manure, but we'll let these couple inches work for now. Waste not, want not. Alright, there you go. And our baby is now fully topped up and ready to bloom for us for a whole another season, right? Even without having changed her container. And note to self, I will be shopping around to see if I can find a larger container for her. See if I can get her out next year. I'll not be planting them in the ground. They're going to live their lives as long as possible in these containers. Alright, let me see what else. Then we just need to water in. So I'm going to water her in. And that is it, beautiful people.